Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Now at 6:30 on WKYT, breaking news on the arrest of an inmate who had escaped from a Lexington prison.
See the man caught on camera breaking into a Lexington gas station overnight, why police think it should be easy to identify him.
And how a Kentucky Marine and Medal of Honor recipient is responding to the FBI's warning about ISIS. But of those stories and more, and breaking news as it happens, it's coming up on WKYT This Morning. Good morning to you and welcome. It's good to have you with us. We're rolling toward the weekend. Here we are, Thursday, December 4th. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. It's going to be a little bit of a rainy weekend.
It is, but you know, 3 weeks until Christmas Day, so people got a lot of things to get done,
yeah.
right? So, you know, shopping, decorating, or whatever. Take a good attitude along and deal with the rain,
yeah,
right? Let's check in with Micah right now. He's in our First Alert Weather Center and tracking that rain as it spreads.
Yeah, it spreads north and northeast bound. That is for sure, coming from the I-65 corridor back toward the west. And that's where the heaviest rain is at the moment. And look, it's still not heavy rain. You won't get that out of it. But nonetheless, you're getting some rain. And some of that could be mixed in, maybe some sleet. See how that turns out, but all in all, don't expect any issues out of that. Just some wet roadways. Covington 33, 32 right around the Bluegrass region. And as we go throughout the next several hours, we'll only make it to the upper 30s, maybe even some lower 40s down south. But it's going to be a cold, rainy day as we go throughout this Thursday. Now, off into your Friday, it picks up. Temperatures and also the rain, and I'll go over the latest details coming to you in about 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit, and here's the latest from WKYT.
We begin with a breaking news alert. A man who escaped from a Lexington prison's been arrested.
Joshua Stevenson was picked up overnight in Hamilton, Ohio. That is just north of Cincinnati. Jail records show he is charged with kidnapping in Hamilton.
Stevenson and Michael Fleet escaped from the Blackburn Correctional Complex in Lexington on the 29th of last month. At this time, it's unclear if Fleet is still on the run. Both men were serving 13-year sentences for burglary. Also new this morning, we're tracking a crime alert in Lexington. For the third time in 2 days, a business has been burglarized. And just into our newsroom, we have surveillance video showing the latest crime in progress. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel is live with the latest on this crime scene. Good morning, Whitney.
Good morning, everyone. Well, police tell us that burglars smashed out the front door window of this business around 3 o'clock this morning. They waited about 15-20 minutes, then they came back and stole packs of cigarettes. Take a look at this surveillance video that we got from this Exxon here. Police tell us that 2 men were involved in this burglary. One of the men stayed in the truck while the other came into the store with a black trash bag and filled it with packs of cigarettes. Police say that suspect was wearing a Carhartt-style jacket with a black ski mask. The driver was wearing a black hooded sweatshirt, and he actually stayed in the truck during this whole entire time. Now listen to this description, and you can see it here in this video. Police tell us that these 2 suspects got away in a white pickup truck with a black flatbed, so that is a very distinctive truck. Also, just want to mention that there were 2 similar business burglaries that happened yesterday morning. One happened at an Up in Smoke on New Circle Road, the other at a Marathon on Alexandria. In both of those cases, police say the windows were smashed out at the stores and packs of cigarettes were taken from the Up in Smoke. Now, at this point, police are not sure whether these crimes are connected, but they do say that this morning's burglary does involve a different vehicle description than the other 2 burglaries that happened yesterday. We're live in Lexington. Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
All right, Whitney, thank you. We'll be piecing together those clues, obviously. And new this morning, several families are being allowed back into their homes now after an early morning fire.
Started about 3 this morning on Jennifer Road. That's just down the street from our station off Winchester Road. WKYT's Mark Barber is live at the scene with the developing details.
Good morning, Rebecca and Bill. Firefighters finished boarding up the apartment where the fire started within the past hour, but they say about 3.5 hours ago, this fire started when a candle was left burning inside the bedroom of an apartment here on the ground floor of this building that is just through that doorway you see here behind me. Now, fire crews say that the fire quickly spread. They say that the smoke got up to the 2nd floor of the building, so they say they evacuated everyone. We're told about 10 people were forced out of their apartments, including a family of 5. Firefighters say several young children in that family were carried to a police cruiser so they didn't have to wait in the cold. Now, that family and the others who had to leave their apartments have now been allowed back inside. However, the apartment where the fire started is still closed off. Now, we're told no one was inside that unit when the fire started. Now back out here live, I'm going to be behind the camera now to take you inside this apartment building so you can get an idea of how badly it was damaged in the fire. Here at the entryway, it's not too bad off, but the farther you get inside this building here, you can see where the smoke mixed with the water and is now streaking down the walls here. Now, fire crews say that this fire started here in the back side of the building. You can see this room right here. This is where they say it started. But what I want to show you is in the room next door. You see right here, a water heater. Now, fire crews say this is why it's fortunate no one was hurt, because of this potential fire hazard right here. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Also new this morning, a Lexington road is back open after a bizarre crash. Police say a woman flipped her SUV on Jesslyn Drive. Her car then crashed into a truck which took out a fire hydrant. Thousands of gallons of water flooded the street. The driver was not seriously hurt.
2 people were rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries after a crash in Anderson County that happened late yesterday on US 127 and Highway 151 near Lawrenceburg. State police say a truck rear-ended a car, causing the car to hit another car in front of it. 79-year-old Kurt Meyer and 50-year-old Scott Richards were taken to a hospital in Frankfort. 38-year-old Stephanie Aldridge was taken to UK hospital.
President Barack Obama's announced a plan to equip officers across the country with body cameras. One town in eastern Kentucky says their body cameras have already improved the department. Harlan police started using the cameras a year ago. They say they wanted to put a stop to false complaints against officers. The police chief says that since they started using the cameras, complaints have dropped drastically.
It keeps down, I've noticed keeping down a lot of aggression, a lot of fighting. So we've been able to use words and been able to use our actions to talk to people, and it's been a help. It really has.
President Obama wants funding for 50,000 body cameras for officers across the country. It's part of a $263 million package to expand police training and reform law enforcement agencies. Protesters from coast to coast calling for justice. This comes after a grand jury decision not to indict a New York Police Department officer in the apparent chokehold death of Eric Garner. Demonstrators in New York City blocked traffic and marched down streets late into the night following the news. U.S. Justice Department conducting an investigation into the July incident. Civil rights leader Al Sharpton has called for a march on Washington next weekend.
Our time is 6:37 on WKYT this morning. A Kentucky Marine is getting national attention for his response to threats from ISIS. Dakota Meyer told Scout.com that it would be a, quote, dream come true if terrorists came to visit him. His comments were in response to a recent warning from the FBI. They asked service members to remove any information from social media accounts that would connect them to the U.S. military to avoid becoming an ISIS target. Meyer tweeted this picture, questioning whether any ISIS member would want to join his book club. The Medal of Honor recipient went on to say that he does take this threat seriously. It was a slam dunk in the fight against cancer.
The Transylvania University women's basketball team hosted Mount St. Joseph. If you remember this story, Mount St. Joseph's Lauren Hill was at last night's Hoop for a Cause game. She has received national attention in her fight against a rare form of terminal cancer. Last night's game honored her and a former transy athlete who is also battling cancer. While Hill did not play, she cheered on her teammates. Both women are proving to be inspirational.
I think when you see someone who's in the most vibrant part of their life, 18 to 22-year-olds, you don't think about death. And so to see 2 young ladies step up and show the courage and the strength that both of them have, it's a tremendous testimony to who they are and their character, and something that we all should stand behind and support.
Proceeds from the game are going to the Cure Starts Now Foundation and the Torsi Lymphoma Research Fund. Well, the nation's hopes of carrying humans to Mars headed for orbit this morning.
Right. The state-of-the-art spacecraft known as Orion is set to lift off from Cape Canaveral in Florida. The unmanned rocket is expected to reach a distance of 3,600 miles above the Earth, over 14 times higher than the International Space Station. And riding with that, the hopes that one day we'll get to Mars. All right, as you pour a cup of coffee this morning, think about this. Starbucks is offering 14 lucky customers free coffee for life.
You'd be a candidate for this one, Bill.
Might be.
The ultimate Starbucks cards made out of 10-karat gold and will have the winners' names engraved on them. According to Starbucks, For Life entails one food or beverage item for free every day for 30 years. That's amazing. So it's not exactly for life, but it's worth about $54,000. To enter the sweepstakes, you have to make a purchase with a Starbucks gift card or through the mobile app, then enter the code on your receipt on Starbucks website. You have to really love Starbucks, though, to think about that in terms of $54,000.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, we have a law in Kentucky against lifetime memberships in some places like gyms and so forth, so it'd be interesting to, I'm sure that's all been checked out.
Yeah, it's been vetted, right?
Okay, 6:40 the time on WKYT this morning.
Let's check traffic now.
See what's going on out there with Officer Don. Here's our check on live drive traffic. Good morning, Don. How you doing?
The news circle, just to let you know that. So we do have all lanes open now, and as you can see, rush hours off to a good start with no problems on the interstate. Also checked out Nicholasville and Man of War. Clays Mill slowest now between Jesse Clark and Lexington Catholic over in that area. And our Waze map, other than a couple of stalled cars, we're good to go. So we'll keep you up to date throughout the morning. How about you guys?
Okay, Don, thank you very much. I didn't know what the situation was on News Circle, but apparently it is cleared up there. Sounds good. And we have more news coming up on WKYT this morning. Hope you'll stay with us here on your Thursday.
A Chinese bank robber learns an important lesson. When you fail to plan, your plan fails. We'll explain coming up.
And we're looking outside, seeing that rain and even some sleet mixed in here and there across the BG Parkway. Don't be surprised to see that sleet fall on your windshield this morning. Look, it's going to be widespread today. What about Friday and Saturday? Still look soggy? I'll go over the latest forecast coming up.